My name is Jennifer Warner, and I am 32 years old. I am a daughter, wife, mother, and friend. I've had pain in the left side of my head literally every second of every day for the past 20 years. My pain level may drop to a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10, but it always is there on some level. At age 17, my body stopped digesting food properly, and I started waking up in the morning violently vomiting undigested food from dinner the evening before. This happened daily for multiple years. Since then, it has been sporadic, but I still deal with this several times a month. In 2002, I gave birth to my amazing son, Logan. Within months, my symptoms progressed to a point that it affected my ability to perform basic daily functions. My symptoms were caused by a brain malformation called Arnold-Chiari malformation. My cerebellum was herniated through the base of my skull down to my second cervical vertebrae, causing cerebellar compression, brainstem compression, spinal cord compression, and spinal fluid buildup on my brain, affecting the portions of my brain that control nausea, digestion, sleep and wake cycle, and cognitive functions such as my body's ability to regulate temperature and swallow properly. Prior to receiving my diagnosis, I sought help from dozens of doctors in Indiana, specialists including neurologists, neurosurgeons, gastroenterologists, endocrinologists, osteopaths, and the list goes on. After 12 years of no answers and escalating symptoms, I noticed 2 radiologists had noted a malformation on 2 of my MRI brain scans, and I started researching. I found specialists in New York that researched and treated only patients with Chiari malformation and its related disorders. They also happen to be the doctors that the National Institutes of Health work with for information on these disorders. The Chiari Institute viewed my scans in April of 2004 and told me to get there as soon as possible. They could help me. By May of 2004, I was married, had a massage therapy business I had grown over 5 years, and was living in a house that we built for our new family. My functioning was greatly reduced, and I was in more pain than ever. My husband and I traveled to New York and met with the doctors at the Chiari Institute. By the time I left, I was diagnosed with Arnold-Chiari malformation type 1 and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a connective tissue disorder where there is too much elastin in my collagen. Anything that isn't bone is affected, so it means I bruise very easily. Most of my joints are double jointed, and this causes joint instability, joint pain, joint swelling, early onset of osteoarthritis, poor wound healing, gum problems, and vision problems. My neurosurgeons were very conservative, so they sent me home with a plan and told me to contact them when I became unable to function and stand the pain anymore. By September of 2004, I was unable to digest food at all. My pain was averaging a 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. In November of 2004, on my son's 2nd birthday, I was in New York having brain surgery. Unfortunately, the surgery is not a cure. It stopped the progression of my symptoms, restored some spinal fluid flow to my spinal cord, and reduced my symptoms slightly. At this time, I was found legally disabled. There was significant and permanent nerve damage due to years of compression. Since then, I have had 3 more surgeries on my head, neck, spine, and spinal cord. I've had a cranial cervical fusion fusing my skull to my top 5 cervical vertebrae, a surgery to detether my spinal cord, and a lumbar discectomy, then a lumbar surgery that was a spinal fusion and discectomy to correct a spinal fracture due to the original lumbar surgery. At this point, I have also been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, tethered spinal cord, degenerative joint disease, degenerative disc disease, fibromyalgia, early onset of osteoarthritis, and mitral valve prolapse. My long list of symptoms vary from minor things like my eyes do not track well, brain fog, a neurogenic bladder, to more disabling symptoms like severe constant head pain, daily muscle spasms, daily nausea with sporadic vomiting of undigested food, joint swelling and pain, extreme fatigue, and I am unable to sleep for more than an hour at a time, preventing me from ever getting into REM sleep and finding rest. It is hard to explain to you what it is like to live in constant pain. It's been this way since I was 12, so I guess I've grown to accept that this is my life. To find relief, I have tried everything, every pharmaceutical, from all levels of pain medications to antidepressants, and everything in between. I've endured injections in my back, neck. I've endured injections in my back, neck, and head, including steroids, Botox, nerve blocks, and spinal taps. I've received physical therapy, acupuncture, herbal therapies, and massage therapies. I've tried TENS units, multiple surgeries, traction units, braces, and any other treatment recommended by my doctors. Since the age of 12, I've been hoping and praying for relief. The best treatment I have found to help control my pain, nausea, and vomiting, and many other symptoms, is smoking marijuana for medical treatment. Marijuana decreases my intracranial pressure, decreases muscle spasms, allows me to eat and digest food, sleep for more than an hour consecutively, and relax when my pain level is high. Frankly, marijuana is the only thing that allows me to put my feet on the ground every morning. Marijuana has kept me from having to go to the emergency room for out-of-control pain on several occasions. It has helped me to maintain a stable and healthy weight. I also have a routine of physical therapy, meditation, healthy eating, medications, use of a TENS unit, heat and ice, and any other modality that helps me on any level. All of these treatments combined are not as effective as the ingesting of a small amount of marijuana. Beyond this, many traditional treatments, such as pharmaceuticals, produce side effects just as severe as the symptoms that they're being prescribed to treat. In the case of marijuana, the only negative side effect I have experienced is living with the constant threat of arrest and incarceration. My neurosurgeons, neurologists, specialists at the IU Med Center, and my general practitioner all recommend the continued use of marijuana in the management of my diseases, and I have that documented from several of them in letters if you would like to see that. Unfortunately, our state's laws force me to choose between breaking the law in order to find relief or being a law-abiding citizen. I am here today to ask you for help. I need your help to be able to seek relief without putting myself and my family at legal, financial, and social risk. I am permanently disabled. I will live with pain and nausea every day for the rest of my life. There are surgeries that I will have to have in the future. Please consider allowing medical marijuana laws so patients like me can find relief and be functioning, law-abiding citizens.